Here's that lake effect snow machine really getting its act together. It's been sitting there for the past 24 hours, barely moving. It's supposed to go back on top of downtown Buffalo as we head into tonight. Here's a look at the updated totals. Are you kidding me? 66 inches of snow in Orchard Park, New York. It's the unofficial end to summer. I know, bad news for a lot of us, but it's going to really feel like summer. Look at this. Look at all the rain down in the deep south. So much moisture all heading north, just southeast of downtown Louisville. This is impressive rotation heading northeast towards St. Matthews, Audubon Park, Jeffersontown, Hollow Creek, Heritage Creek. Get in your safe spot right now. If you're in Ocean Pines and Ocean City, you need to take cover immediately. But the big story is the heat. It's going to be a mostly dry weekend. Get out and enjoy it, but wear the sunscreen, and you're going to need the shorts and flip-flops as we heat up into the 90s. But there is a cool down on our 7-day. I'll come back with the details next. The winds are really picking up here in Ocean City, and this makes sense. The core of Elsa is now here, and tropical cyclones can spin up these tornadoes, and that's what we're dealing with tonight. Behind me, there's a boat that has completely been blown over from its ramp that it was sitting on, and then it heads up the coast. And where does it go from there? That will determine our forecast. Yeah, and you called it. No rain out here right now, but we are expecting some showers at times as we head into your long extended holiday weekend, but nothing is going to put a damper on World Fest, right?
The humidity got to me. It was pretty humid out there.
Yeah, it gets to all of us, and I don't blame you. You know, the unfortunate news is the humidity, Charlotte, is on the rise.
Now, your WLKY weather with meteorologist Daniel Johnson.
Yeah, some incredible snowfall reports coming out of New York. We actually have some updated totals for you coming up in a matter of seconds. Plus, we're going to talk about that snow in Buffalo and show you some updated video as well. But first, locally here, we're looking at the walking bridge. Look at that, lit up in green, of course, to represent and raise awareness for injury prevention in children. Lit up there in green, and it's a cold night here in Louisville, and it's going to stay that way as we head into tonight and through the weekend. We're talking very cold temperatures across the entire area, so get ready and bundle up. And if you're going to spend any time outside, you're definitely going to want to wear a hat and wear some gloves as well to stay warm. Right now it's 29 degrees, but the real field temperature, what it feels like, 22 because of a west wind at 7. But those winds are going to pick up tomorrow, which means the wind chill is only going to drop heading through later tonight and into your Saturday. Today's official high, 39 degrees, so a cold one. 28 was the low temperature. And we had a trace of snow. If you were up early enough today, you saw some snowflakes falling from the clouds. It didn't really amount to anything, just a trace locally. Now temperatures just outside the city, even colder. Charlestown 24, Scottsburg 23, Brandenburg 24, but it feels more like 18 to 22 degrees depending on where you are because of those winds. It feels like 18 in Taylorsville at this hour, 19 in English, 22 in Scottsburg. Right now the winds aren't too bad, but enough to create a cold wind chill. Winds are coming out of the west at right around 5 to 10, but those winds will be picking up through Saturday. So here we go. A bit of a west and southwest wind through Saturday morning, enough to create some very cold wind chills as we wake up early Saturday. These are wind gusts heading into 2 p.m. Saturday, gusting to 20 or so. And then we're going to look at another little shot of cold air come in Saturday evening. Winds could gust to 20 to 30 miles per hour. And this is when wind chills will be quite cold Saturday evening and into early Saturday night. The winds finally calm down by Sunday. Winds right around 5 miles per hour. We are clear for the moment. A few snow showers well to our north, but we're going to stay clear heading through the rest of tonight and quite cold. Tonight, likely the coldest night of the season so far. Here's that lake effect snow machine really getting its act together. It's been sitting there for the past 24 hours, barely moving. It's supposed to go back on top of downtown Buffalo as we head into tonight. Here's a look at the updated totals. Are you kidding me? 66 inches of snow in Orchard Park, New York. That is right near the Buffalo Bills Stadium. No wonder they can't play on Sunday, and they moved their game to Detroit. Hamburg, 51 inches. And just for a reference, I'm 72 inches tall. 72 inches tall. 66 inches of snow. What is that, right about here? That's just some incredible snow. Buffalo, New York, a little bit over a foot. Here's some footage out of the Buffalo area and right around Bills Stadium. A lot of heavy snow out there earlier today. I'll step out of the way just a little bit. There's the stadium. Just very heavy snow out there. Just incredible snow amounts. 22 degrees here tonight, but wind chills will be between 10 and 15 with clear skies. Tomorrow, don't even look at that 40. That's not what it's going to feel like. Lots of sunshine, but breezy. So wind chills will be in the upper 20s and low 30s. There's that 7-day forecast. Hey, Rick, we warm up a little bit as we get close to Thanksgiving.
Yeah. 60
on Wednesday. That's a big travel day. Looking good across the U.S. But rain does arrive here late Thanksgiving. Could end as a few snow showers on Friday, which is Black Friday, by the way.
You know what? I would kind of like to see them play that game in Buffalo instead of move that to Detroit.
Have you seen some of the pictures from that stadium?
Yes.
The seats, there's no way they would clean that. But that would be funny to watch.
Yes, it would be exciting. From here.
True.
Well, from Mayfield to Fern Creek, Kentucky has been hard hit by tornadoes in the last year.
And if it seems like it's getting worse, you're right. And a recent study shows tornado activity has actually been increasing in our area for the past several decades. Meteorologist Daniel Johnson takes a look at the science behind this disturbing trend in forecasting our future.
Tornadoes leveled entire communities in western Kentucky in December and tore the roof off of a house in Fern Creek in April. May and June are considered the most active months when it comes to tornadoes in the United States. But this year, dozens of families across Kentucky learned tornadoes can strike anywhere and in any season. And there's strong evidence suggesting tornadoes are occurring more frequently and in certain specific areas.
Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois, really that kind of core area of the southern part of the Midwest and then the Mid-South. That's where the core of the increase has really been.
A 2018 study led by NIU meteorology professor Victor Gensini shows there's been an eastward trend in tornado frequency over the last several decades, meaning tornadoes are increasing in the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Southeast. And tornadoes are actually decreasing in the region traditionally known as Tornado Alley.
Over the last 40 years, places like Oklahoma City and Dallas, Texas have gone down in the number of counts that they see every year in tornadoes, and they've been up in places like Louisville or Mayfield, Kentucky.
The study looked at tornado reports from 1979 to 2017, along with environmental conditions during those years. Researchers found both an increase in tornado reports and favorable environmental conditions, specifically in areas east of Tornado Alley.
It's not that, Oklahoma doesn't get any tornadoes or Texas doesn't get any tornadoes. Certainly they do, and they get them with high frequency, just not as high a frequency as perhaps they did in the 1980s or 1970s.
Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane at our sister station, KOCO in Oklahoma City, says he has noticed the change.
Certainly, you can see a bit of that decrease and conditions favorable for tornadoes out in western Oklahoma, but really the decrease that I think we're seeing out in western Oklahoma and even here in central Oklahoma as well is one that a statistician can be able to pick out because it's such a small number.
So is Tornado Alley shifting?
I more so look at it, and what I have observed out here in Oklahoma is more of an expansion of Tornado Alley, not so much a shift. The term Tornado Alley, I think, is expanding farther to the east, but it's definitely not shifting because we're still seeing them quite a bit here.
So what's causing this change in tornado activity, and is this the new normal? Dr. Gensini says he's noticed the change in Oklahoma's climate specifically, which is likely one reason for the slight decrease in tornado frequency there.
If you look at the sort of what we expect in the future to happen with our global climate models and our model simulations, it certainly says places like Texas and Oklahoma will continue their drying and warming trend, almost moving towards a more arid and desert-like climate.
So as the pattern dries out across portions of Tornado Alley, the more favorable environmental conditions will only shift to the east. And the already unstable, humid, and warm air across the Gulf of Mexico will only help increase the chances of severe weather, including potential tornadoes here in Kentucky and Indiana. As the climate continues to shift across the country, it's important to stay weather aware.
Make sure you have a tornado action plan. Make sure you know what to do during a tornado watch to get yourself prepared.
An action plan a Fern Creek family credits with saving their lives. Daniel Johnson, WLKY News.
Thank you, Daniel. And Dr. Gensini says he's continued to monitor tornado reports and environmental conditions across the country since his study was released in 2018. The data since then has only strengthened the conclusion that tornado activity is increasing across the Ohio Valley.
And you couldn't have asked for a better day, really, to be outside.
Yep.
The breeze was gorgeous, humidity was low. I mean, all around A+.
Did not feel like the end of July.
I know.
I mean, August starts tomorrow.
Oh,
Can you believe
already.
that?
It just zooms right by.
I know, we're already statistically past the hottest time of the year, so
Okay.
it's going to start to feel a little more comfortable. So that is some good news, Delia, as we head through the next several days. We're going to keep the humidity low in our forecast, and we're going to bring back some sunshine by Monday. But first, we have to get through some rain, and that is tomorrow. So it felt amazing today with that low humidity. Showers, though, move in late tonight. After midnight, those showers and storms continue, especially through Sunday morning and maybe into Sunday afternoon, too. I'm not thinking a total washout, but we are going to have enough rain to impact some plans. So a yellow weather alert has been posted for tomorrow. And then next week, we're going to keep the humidity low through most of it, and there will be some isolated showers. It's a little bit of an unsettled pattern into next week. Right now, though, temperatures are in the 70s and 80s, feeling great. 80 in D.C., Manassas 78, Culpeper 83 degrees, dew points. That's the big story. Check out these numbers. 52 in Oakland. It is so nice out there. Dew point of 57 in Annapolis, Leesburg 59, 61 in D.C. And when these dew points get above 65, that's when it's uncomfortable. When it's below that, it's feeling pretty nice. We are watching one system to our west, an area of low pressure in Kentucky. This will slide to our south tomorrow, bringing us that rain. We're already seeing clouds ahead of that system right now, but the rain begins after midnight. So we're dry right now. No rain on radar, but you can already starting to see it push into West Virginia, and that arrives here, as I mentioned, after midnight. So let's time it out. Futurecast has those showers. This is the latest run of the forecast, and it looks like the heaviest rain will stay south of D.C., but there's still a chance some of the heavier rain could push into D.C. Looks like south and east will be the bullseye when it comes to this rain. Just an unsettled and cloudy day tomorrow with off and on showers, probably just about a ½ inch of rain, and then maybe some peaks of sun late tomorrow, and then Monday. That is going to be an amazing day, gorgeous with low humidity and plenty of sunshine. So how much rain? Most forecast models have us under ½ an inch, and that's what we're going with. The NAM kind of an outlier, over an inch. We're probably not going to get that unless a rogue heavy thunderstorm forms. The rain begins overnight tonight after midnight, and those showers begin and continue through the morning. Then we slowly dry out through the afternoon hours. Forecast highs 80. That's it. In D.C. tomorrow, a little bit warmer to the north and west, but the cloud cover will keep those temperatures down. Yellow weather alert tomorrow with showers mostly in the morning. That's when most of the rain will be. Monday, lots of sunshine, still low humidity. We're going to keep that going into your Tuesday with mostly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast, it looks to be a bit unsettled starting again, especially Thursday and Friday, but enjoy Monday. Wow. Very, very nice. Delia?
It's looking good. We could use the rain as well.
We need it.
So I'm not mad at it. Thanks, Daniel.
Taking a live look outside in Rehoboth Beach, lots of sunshine. Temperatures made it into the 90s for our Delaware beaches, 80s for our Virginia and Maryland beaches. It's been a bit of a breezy day at times, especially at the coast, but the heat, the humidity taking a full grip of the region. 93, the current temperature in Georgetown, 90 in Salisbury, 90 in Cambridge, Easton's 93, but check out Ocean City. Bit of a sea breeze, temperatures 83, still warm when you factor in the humidity. It's been above 100 in most spots. Now we're starting to see these heat index numbers drop off a little bit, but in Easton it still feels like 103, feels like 98 in Georgetown. But again, earlier today it felt like 100 in Salisbury. And this is why dew points are in the upper 60s and low to mid 70s. Just very sticky, very uncomfortable. And these dew points are going to continue to stay on the sticky side. Look at this, 70s through tonight, 70s through tomorrow. So it will be a muggy night tonight, and it will be another humid day tomorrow. We're going to get a break from the 90s tomorrow, but we're not going to get a break from the humidity. It's a tropical air mass, which makes sense. A tropical storm is heading our direction. Look at this. Still have a tropical storm there just northwest of Jacksonville, now crossing the border into Georgia, eventually South Carolina, North Carolina, and then here on Delmarva, we're expecting this storm to lift north into our area. Right now, though, the sky is clear. There are some storms to our northwest, but those storms will stay there for the next several hours. Tropical storm watch in effect for the entire peninsula, not just the beaches, with the exception of Kent County in Delaware. So again, we're under that tropical storm watch. Last time this happened, remember, August of last year, and that was Tropical Storm Isaias. That's when we had a tornado outbreak. We're crossing our fingers. We're really hoping we don't have a similar forecast with that. We're not thinking we're going to have a forecast exactly like that, but unfortunately, the track is looking similar to Isaias, which means we cannot rule out tornadoes here on the peninsula late tomorrow and tomorrow night. So stay tuned to 47 ABC. Here's the latest. 45-mile-per-hour winds. This is still a tropical storm, and it's going to be lifting north. Here's the latest path, heading right towards Raleigh by Friday morning early, and then it just kind of zips to the northeast pretty quickly. But the track is right on top of Delmarva, pretty much between Salisbury and Cambridge. That's where the center of the circulation will track. Isaias went directly over Cambridge, so very, very close. Either way you look at it, it looks like we're on the right side, the eastern side of the storm, which is the most dangerous part. So we're definitely a little concerned with some severe weather and some heavy rain. And the wind gusts, that could be a concern too. Some storms pushing through tomorrow afternoon. That could produce some gusts. But the main event will be Thursday night. Look at this, maybe 50-mile-per-hour winds for Wallops, 56 maybe in Ocean City as that circulation goes right on top of the peninsula. So it's going to be breezy, and we're also going to be dealing with some heavy rain and severe weather. Mostly clear tonight and warm in the 70s. Tomorrow, mid to upper 80s, increasing clouds. That rain arrives from Elsa during the afternoon, probably after 2 p.m. tomorrow. Here are the details. Look at Elsa, a very fast mover. We could have some severe storms during the afternoon. Then we could have some more severe storms Thursday night. It's going to be a long day for me tomorrow. We're going to be looking at these strong storms pushing through even near the midnight hour into Friday morning. But then by Friday, by 8 in the morning, we're looking at a lot of sunshine, flash flood watch in effect as well. Your 7-day forecast, sunshine Friday, afternoon storms, and then over the weekend, just some hit or miss storms with highs in the 80s. So a tornado warning has just been issued for your area, and the WUSA 9 weather app has just alerted you to that tornado warning in your neighborhood. So what do? What's the next step? Well, the first step is to take cover, go to your safe spot. So where's the safest place to go in your house? Well, when a tornado warning is issued, we always say go to an interior room. So what does that mean? Notice all the green rooms here we have highlighted in your house. It's usually an interior room. It's the inside of your house. There are a lot of walls between those rooms and the outside. You don't want to take cover in any of the red rooms that border the outside. You want to stay away from windows. Again, get as many walls between you and the outside. Of course, the basement is the safest place to go during a tornado warning. Stay there until the tornado warned storm passes. If you live in a mobile home, if you have time, get out and get to a sturdy structure. A lot of mobile home communities have designated shelter locations. If you're stuck in your car and there's no way to outrun that tornado and the tornado's coming right at you, you actually have to get out of your car, go into a ditch, cover your head. Being in a ditch will protect you from flying debris, and that's why a basement is the safest place too, because that will protect you. The best thing to remember during a tornado warning is to take cover. It's Hurricane Preparedness Week, and that's why Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport in D.C. hosted an event on Tuesday to help spread the word about tropical safety across the Mid-Atlantic.
We're able to teach school kids about what their families should be doing to prepare for hurricanes. We have a chance to meet with the local emergency managers to talk about the evacuation process and decisions they have to make, as well as meet folks from the public, again, to make sure people are prepared as hurricane season approaches. While hurricane preparedness occurs every year, this year we saw something special.
For the first time in history, several Hurricane Hunter aircraft like the one behind me landed here in D.C. to show off their wingspan and demonstrate how important they are to hurricane forecasting. These aircrafts play some of the biggest roles during hurricane season by flying into storm systems and gathering data.
All that data that we collect, such as temperature, dew point temperature, which converts into relative humidity. We've got surface pressure, wind direction, wind speed. All that data is very vital.
And all this data goes into forecast models that we use as local meteorologists to forecast specifically for the Delmarva Peninsula. Chris Strong with the National Weather Service in Washington, Baltimore, says community involvement is key for an event like this.
Having this in the city where so many people can have access to it versus some of the more far-flung areas, it just allows so many more people to be thinking about hurricanes.
The event was open to the public, and we found some students who took advantage of the learning opportunity.
Their target's about 4th through 6th graders. It's a great age group to work with. They're starting to get interested in science and stuff.
Right now we're learning about hurricanes and the little drop pods. We talked about the eye of the storm and how it's the safest part and different planes doing different jobs.
Some types of planes go in the hurricane, some chase after and see what the damage looks like.
The hurricane hunters continue their hurricane preparedness tour by heading to North Carolina and then Florida for the rest of the week. Daniel Johnson, 47 ABC. Hurricanes are a force of nature unlike any other. They can be as large as 600 miles wide, have winds anywhere from 74 to 200 miles per hour, and can last up to a week or longer. Hurricanes rotate counterclockwise around a central point called the eye of the storm. Hurricanes need warm ocean water, preferably warmer than 80 degrees Fahrenheit. The ocean provides the energy hurricanes need through the process of evaporation. They also need a light wind that blows in the same direction. This provides the ideal environment for strengthening. If the environmental winds are too strong, then the hurricane can be torn apart and unable to reach its full potential. The Saffir-Simpson scale is used to classify hurricanes. This is a wind scale rating from Category 1 to Category 5. The worst rated storm is a Category 5, where winds are sustained at 157 miles per hour or higher. The strongest hurricane ever recorded was Hurricane Patricia in the eastern Pacific in October 2015. Winds reached a shocking 215 miles per hour. Contrary to what some may believe, winds are not the most deadly part of a hurricane. Storm surge is the leading cause of death for tropical systems. As a hurricane strengthens and rotates around a single eye, water builds up underneath it, and that built-up water rushes on land and causes major flooding once the storm comes ashore. Delmarva is especially prone to hurricane damage due to its closeness to the shore and its surrounding waters. Some of the costliest and most deadly storms to impact Delmarva were Hurricane Hazel in 1954, Hurricane Agnes in 1972, Hurricane Isabel in 2003, and Hurricane Sandy in 2012, when 11 people lost their lives in Maryland. I recently spoke with a Delaware resident and local storm chaser who came face-to-face with Sandy back in 2012.
We had encountered some several feet of water trying to get into other places that had residents that were trapped in there, basically standing on top of their homes because they couldn't get out. There was homes that were with the roofs being blown off, windows shattered out. It was a complete and utter mess.
A hurricane watch is issued when hurricane conditions are possible within 48 hours. A hurricane warning is issued when hurricane conditions are likely within 36 hours or less, and action should be taken immediately. When a watch or warning is issued, evacuation orders may soon follow. Heeding those orders is crucial in keeping your life safe. Marlene Dixon is an Ocean City resident and says she's been through a hurricane once before and has a plan if she's ever in the path of a storm again.
My son lives in Berlin, and he would come and get me and take me back to his house. I was actually living in Florida when Hurricane Camille came through, and to me that was the scariest storm I ever went through.
In the event of an approaching dangerous storm, some local schools and churches will open their doors as shelters for those seeking a safe place to ride out the storm. Preparation is probably one of the most important things before a hurricane hits. Be sure to determine your risk. Is your house in danger? Are you in a flood zone? Also, secure an insurance checkup. Call your insurance company and check to see if you're covered. Develop an evacuation plan with your family, and also assemble a disaster kit. Be sure to buy the proper supplies, including batteries, flashlights, food, and water. And lastly, strengthen your home. Bring in your lawn furniture and board up windows if necessary. It's important to determine your emergency plan before hurricane season starts, because you never know if this season will bring the next big one.